achievements in the scientific field. Can you remind me about some of the achievements that they had reached by using the scientific way of thinking, by using reason? Any achievement pops up
Mr.
in your mind?
they made many achievements in astrology, in biology, in what?
In chemistry,
Yes, of course, in chemistry. Boyle.
yes, Boyle by inventing the new periodic table, or by
No, not Boyle, the
discovering
other one.
oxygen
Or by making a microscope, the first microscope.
microscope. Exactly. So, guys, of course, after reaching these major achievements in the scientific field, by the way, who were the first two scientists thought about inventing a new way of thinking? Do you remember them?
I remember Rene
They were
Descartes.
two. Yes,
Listen,
exactly. Rene Descartes, who said there is a very famous quote for Rene
I doubt
Descartes below.
everything except my thinking.
No, 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 Omar. Rene Descartes, in fact, said, I doubt everything. I even doubt my own body.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Yes.
So his famous quote that I doubt everything. I doubt my own body. So they said everything is proven wrong until to be corrected by using the scientific way of thinking. So one of them was Rene Descartes. What about the second one?
Francis Bacon.
Francis Bacon. Thank you very much. So keep these two names in your minds, guys. Francis
Yeah,
Bacon
Mister.
and yes,
I've submit the quiz and I take 2.94. It means 3, right?
yes. Have you taken the quiz now?
Yes, now والله.
So you left the session to go to take your quiz?
It's no only 2 minutes والله ما أخذ مني كثير يا مستر.
Thank you, Fad. So you have
Thank
already
you, Mister.
studied the lesson?
Yes,
Okay,
and I was hearing you on the. I don't go outside of the class.
okay, Fad. Good for you.
Thank you, Mister.
Thank you for submitting your quiz.
Welcome, Mister. Thank
So
you.
guys, two scientists thought about inventing a new way of thinking, and they depended on reason. They depended mainly on reason, the usage of mind. They said, Francis Bacon and Rene Descartes, everything we already know is wrong until proven right by using the scientific way of thinking. Okay? So, after the major achievements they had reached in the scientific field, thinkers started to think. They want to find some solutions for the humankind, for the humans' problems. They want to establish better societies to minimize the human suffering, and they want to make the whole world, or at least Europe, a better place. They were optimistic. They wanna by discovering the huge achievements in the scientific field, they went a little bit further. They wanna enhance the better world. Okay? Because they were convinced that there is the power of reason. The power of reason. And they asked the question, can we use reason to enhance the human nature and the society as well? In fact, yes. Yes. So we call this age the one that will come after the scientific revolution or after the scientific way of thinking. We're gonna call it the age of reason because they started to use reason in every single aspect of their life. People used to gather themselves in places and started to think, especially in Paris. So Paris was the center of the intellectual movement. They used to gather themselves in places they call it later salons. They used to sit together and started to think. They want to enhance the society they are living in. So let's suppose that you want to enhance the society you are living in. What's the first item you will examine? Think about this. You want to enhance the society. Try to put yourselves in their shoes. You want to enhance the society. What's the first thing you want to examine or you want
The
to
people
change?
themselves.
The
The
government.
people. In fact,
The food,
yes.
the food supply.
Sorry, speak up. I didn't hear you.
The food supply.
The food supply. So if I want to enhance, the society, I should take care of the food supply. But keep in your mind, talking about the food supply, we are talking about humans, not animals. If you want to take good care of some of your animals, if you have a bunch of animals and you want to take good care of them, you should supply them with more food in order to be healthy. But talking about humans, it's not related to food. In fact, it's related to the government. Yes, the first item they should examine will be the government, not the people by themselves. Because simply, who is in power, who is in position to shape the rules of the society? Who will put the norms of the society? Keep in your mind that talking about laws and rules can be different from a place to another. What's considered here right in our culture, in our tradition, is considered wrong in other cultures. For example, Muslims here are allowed to marry more than one woman, right? Maximum four, right? And I think you are familiar with this idea that Muslims here in most of the Arabian countries are allowed to marry more than one lady if you are wealthy enough to support them. This is right. Please, guys, do not let me talk to myself a lot.
Yes, yeah, Mr.
Yes.
This is
Yes,
correct.
miss.
Yes,
Yes.
Mr. Yes.
Okay,
True, mister.
okay. Over there, over there in the States, guys, to have two females to marry two ladies at the same time, you will go to jail. It's a crime. So what's considered right here over there in the States is considered wrong, and vice versa. Over there, keep in your mind that we are not talking about religion. Okay, we are talking about cultures, societies. Over there, over there in the States, for example, they have, or in the Western side of the world, they have some kind of phenomena, normal things to do with their daily routine. But we cannot practice any one of them here in our culture. Of course, we will be jailed. Okay? So the first thing they thought in order to enhance the society they are living in will be, Abdullah Gamil, what is it? If they want to enhance the society, if they want to examine the society they are living in, what's the first thing they will examine? Abdullah Gamil, where are you? Abdullah Gamil. There's no Abdullah Gamil, right? They will examine Mashhur. Do you have any idea? I think someone's typing for me a message.
Mr. Abdullah Jamil sent you a message. Mr. I think his mic isn't working.
Okay, guys, let me give you a little piece of advice. Okay, uh, before before taking the exam next Tuesday, please make sure that your mic is working. Do you know how to check your mic before taking the exam? Do you know how to check it?
No.
Okay,
What is the
let
relation
me.
between the mark and the test?
Sorry.
What is the relation يعني between the mic and the test?
This is the normal issues, especially you are studying French this year, right? So I think you're gonna listen for something. Let me show you. Before this will be your daily routine, guys. Your daily
يا
routine. Yes.
واحنا هنفتح المايك والكاميرا في الامتحانات.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this issue, but be ready. Be ready. Just make sure that your mic and your camera is working.
مستر مستر السماعة اللي بستخدمها شكلها فيها مشكلة
Now it's working.
وبتكلم
Okay. Okay,
مستر
Abdullah. Okay, Abdullah, let me give you a little piece of advice, and this is gonna be for all of you guys. Do you see my screen now, guys, right?
Yes.
Okay. From the three dots, device settings. Okay. This is the device settings. Here, you can check your mic and your speakers, and also to check your camera if it's working or not from the device settings. Okay. Every single day after opening the Microsoft Teams, guys, please check them. Every day after logging in to Microsoft Teams, I'm always checking my device settings in order to be ready, guys. Okay? And I think it's not
مستر
hard. It will take only a couple of seconds. Yes.
انا عموما انا حليت في كويز جبت فيه 2.92 وفي كويز جايب فيه 2.52 ده كده حلو ولا
Okay.
تمام
Good for you. Good for you, Moment. The two quizzes?
حليت الاثنين
Okay, guys.
شكرا
So the first thing they want to examine in the society will be governments in order to enhance the conditions of the people living in the society. Okay? Do you think, of course, after publishing their views over there in the scientific revolution, what do you think the church or the government made for them? They honored the scientists. They gave them medals, trophies, like the Nobel Prize, for example, if they have such a thing back at that time. Do you think the government honored them for achieving this huge or major scientific achievement at that time? Or they simply
course not.
send them? Of course not. Unfortunately, sadly, they sent them to jail. Do you know Galilei, after inventing the telescope and after accomplishing or publishing his theories, they simply put him on trial, okay? And they accused him of high treason. They accused him of
Yeah, Mister, they accuse them of magic, dark magic.
this is something else. By the way, the magicians used to be burned alive. Okay, back at that time, they used to burn them alive in front of all of the people, in front of the crowd. But they were afraid of him. They do not know what's his illness. They said, maybe you have some kind of a virus in your mind. Why are you thinking about such things? So they put him in a trial, and his verdict was to stay at home until the last day of your life. They put some guards in front of his home in order to make sure nobody will enter this place or get out of it, as some kind of restriction instead of killing him. Of course, they killed a lot of scientists at that time because they believed they were following the traditional way of thinking. And the traditional way of thinking, guys, the church and the ancient scholars' writings. So if you're gonna publish another view against this traditional way of thinking, this is gonna mean that you are against the church. This is gonna mean that you are against God. Who dares to disobey God? This was their point of view. Okay, guys. Now I can tell you that we had reached the end